So what's the UK abrochi memuha? Na when your car akwenshie bi enyo fo. Anase adokita fo ahwe wa wan hwe right claim betumi aboa ma wagisi kan pimpin bebre. Yawo UK a lawyer for etitru anase ekuku damfo a betumi aboa wo akonko ama. Kosi se we sika no beba. Eno ani se wo be ko www.rightclaims.co.uk. Na wa fill wo form. Wo betumi afre yen wo number ya ewu figure ase. Say a cancel of flight. Anase when your flight delay for over don shremensa. May trek 3 hours. Enko bebia. Right claims betumi aboa ma ahanso wagisika. Right claims. It's as simple as that.
Green Select Glucometer from Costless Ventures. Safidi kitwaya etimimpo show botomi ebwa mahunu sugar level abribia. Wana ho diabetes anayarea hodwa emma sugar level. Esote wo brano no. Safidi ebe bon kaye baby bia wo bia no wada won so akohu doctor ntem na wo dry betimi ma blood sugar no aye pepepe. With Green Select blood glucose monitoring system, you get your test results in 5 seconds. And you 5 seconds per now results are ready. And it's suitable for persons of all age. Na ne boaso de Call Costless Ventures now on 0205-915-315 or Green Select Glucometer. The best. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Okay, so the action on radio is what I give to you anytime you see me sitting like this here on Sammy Flex TV. And because I know sometimes you are so busy during the day, you don't even get time to listen to what we do on radio, I have introduced this particular segment called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. Here what I do is whatever we did on Zylofon 102.1 FM on a special program called Showbiz Agenda, I give you all the highlights. I know you might not have time to listen to all the 3-hour program, so what I do is I come down, call my team, and we say that people would want to hear this, they want to see this. We piece them together for you to enjoy. It is called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. So today's episode is going to give you one of such, taken from Zylofon FM's Showbiz Agenda. All that you have to do is to sit, relax, enjoy, and still get the moment just as it was live on radio. I did this with my team led by Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Ya Lapiji, Nana Reagan, and Team Dodu Solomon, aka Chamo, and MC Berima as well. Now you have to relax, and anytime you want to know what is happening on Zylofon FM, this is what you have to do. Subscribe to this channel, Sammy Flex TV, get all the updates, and even if you're not able to listen to what we do on radio, you get a chance to watch it here on Sammy Flex TV later. Enjoy the moment, and you can always share your comments with us here on the show. Enjoy, and let's do more. We out.
We are ready to go. Nana, you ready to get on your seat? Kobe Che, get ready. Dr. Sass, get ready. And Yao Gray, get ready. Maybe I'll start with Nana, you ready, because he inspired this topic in a way. In show business, our talents are enough to make us successful. No two ways about that. But then beyond our talent, some people think that there are some traits, behavioral, attitudinal, and other characters within us that can also pull us away from success. Dr. Sass is here. He is more psychological, especially in this kind of discussion. And I'm so happy that Jata found a way to get him here today on this particular topic. So beyond your talent, maybe you are a great rapper, you are a great singer, you do all of these things. But people think that some attitudes can pull you back. Maybe too much smoking, too much humanizing, too much drinking. You don't like people, antisocial attitudes and all that. Now, already we are asking that when it comes to showbiz, are there some do's and don'ts in attitude or behavioral lifestyle of the people who are looking for success?
Sammy.
Beyond the talent. Are there some do's and don'ts? Remember, today is Money Making Monday, so we talk about the things that anytime you apply them, they can lead you into making some good money.
Yes.
And we're doing this within the next 40 minutes, and we are done. Yes, Nana.
Nice one, Simon. Really, I think it's a very good conversation. Now, before I mention, next year, 3 music awards for some year, I'm nominated Blogger Song of the Year.
Okay, Yati.
I'm not also.
Yati, Yabedriho.
Sammy came now.
Yabedriho, Babucho. Yabedriho.
Blogger Song of the Year. 3 music awards. New category. Yes, I mean, in show business, it's not a routine business. What I mean by routine business is, for those of us who work in the corporate office, you have a certain 80% routine agenda every single day. You know what you are going to do even before the day starts.
Okay.
Because most of the time you are giving the tax via email, and you have to work and reply to your supervisors or your bosses via email. If you work in the banking sector and you are a teller, your work is more or less like a routine business, where you know that you are collecting and depositing money, making sure that you don't overpay, don't underpay someone. So therefore, you know what your day will. You can predict your day like 80 to 70% most of the time.
Okay.
When it comes to us in the show business industry, your work or your daily activities are not predictable. So the first rule is discipline. Because if you are if you are a film writer, and you have a script to finish, or you have a movie to write, and you tell yourself that I will wake up at 4 a.m. every day to write to
your script,
and you're not disciplined, you can't finish.
You can't achieve that.
No, you can't finish it. So Will Smith has a certain philosophy that I think is very interesting. He says that before he helps anybody in showbiz, a man must have 6 packs. Yes, that is his first rule. So his wife's senior brother wanted to work with him, and he said, yes, I will work with you, I will help you, but you have to go and meet my trainer, and you have to get 6 packs before.
As in the 6 packs?
Yes, before you can.
The physical 6 packs we talk about.
Yeah. If you go on YouTube and you go to Will Smith.
Who are you talking about? Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
And that before he helps any guy in the showbiz industry. If you don't have 6 packs,
no, he can't.
Hey, people are out too. Yeah, like I'm looking around me, I see which people he can help, and I'm not finding any.
Because according to him, the discipline in getting a body, a 6-pack body, is equal the weight of discipline you need to stay in the showbiz business. So if you are able to go through that rigorous process and get that 6 packs, it means you are ready. It means that you are now going to be able to wake up at 3 a.m. to do your project. You sleep late, wake up in the morning. You will be present when you are needed. You know what I'm trying to say? So he has that philosophy, and I think I like it because 1, discipline is key in our industry. 2, what I call networking or your circle is very important. You have to understand that you cannot fit for every circle. So as a showbiz person, whether a male or a female, you need to find a certain network or circle that you can belong to. That circle can be a niche play or a mass play. So a niche play is you are part of the people who talk about certain things that takes the industry forward. So when you guys meet, Munkwa na mo discuss Charlie Kobe a vlogger Kobe yen support ya agwe na on your push it. Me TV side one play now why blogging side na Sammy radio side. If ya we my 10% ewo unyum 10 na ye 3 no ya che ya obi frɛ wa na se untimi ni kasa ma frɛ my name first Sammy Kobe anaseme. That's a niche one. Why the mass one is you join colleagues in the industry who also talk like in the bigger conversation about the industry. Now the trick here is that if you don't have a circle that you are part of, you are in the middle of nowhere. Because certain conversations in our industry are more of door opening. So Sammy Flex gets a call and the person says, I need a blogger to write a story for me. Sammy looks around his circle, there's no blogger. So who will he call? You know what I'm trying to say? 8 out of 10 people don't reach out to people who are outside of their circle too much. Yeah. So they'll let the business go. So aside being disciplined, you need to have a network or a circle that you belong to. The third one is try as much as you can to reduce your maybe your drinking, your smoking, and your womanizing. I made a post on Facebook that
let's mention the 3 again. Try as much as possible to reduce your drinking.
Yes.
Your smoking.
Yes, and your womanizing. Menka say, I won't sit here and be a hypocrite. Sometimes it comes with
a little bit of flirting.
A little bit. It comes with it.
Hey.
Women tilt towards some women tilt towards men who are in the spotlight, not because they want to have sexual activities with you, but sometimes some of them they want to belong, they want to be part of the conversation.
Okay.
Or because you are Sammy Flex, for the beauty of it, but she will express admiration and even try to support your business because she will always want to see you grow.
Yeah.
So if you are not able to control your erection, and your erection takes you into a different direction, you will end up on a road of no return.
And say this again. If you are not able to
control your erection and the direction of the erection, you will go to a road of no return, and that will end your showbiz career as a guy. So there are some guys who meet a girl, and the girl expresses admiration. They work for a week or two. The guy already developed feelings. He won't chop the girl because his fellow colleagues saw the girl and said, "Shall link me?" And because if you link the girl, the one link. So now he won't chop. The guy touched the girl. Everything for the guy go stop. Not because of bad luck, because now there's an exchange of feelings.
He's changed the direction.
Yes,
the erection has caused a change in the direction.
So now, if the girl was probably like a normal friend, now there's a certain exchange of whatever sexual activity. So so a lot of showbiz people, men, are losing their positions or they're losing valuable things because of small self-control to allow certain things to go. Drinking too. You have to know who you are as a showbiz person.
Okay.
When you're in the midst of people and you are a lightweight drinker, when you drink, you talk too much. When you drink, you misbehave. When you drink, you want everybody to see that you are the one in charge. You are the one, you are the brother. You might step on toes in the industry that you might probably not even remember the next day that you did. And it will be
because you were not aware what you were talking about.
And it will be an team share will be say in the yakasem a switcher. I forget to be ha. Ya no musana yakasem. I hope na ofa.
The all
kind of fun is serious. So if you are not a good drinker, you have to know where to drink. Because if you don't know when and where to drink, you'll always be in trouble.
Emeka. Like I'm saying shout outs to him, he's working hard. Yeah.
The smoking too. Some people, when they smoke, they delay in creating in their creative process.
Yeah.
Some of them, the thing he or she could have done in a day or two, and the smoke will make him do them in 10 days. Some of them too, when they smoke them that same day, you could do them.
Yeah.
So you have to know who you are. You have to understand that all these traits, the key point is to have discipline. To wake up, I was in a Zoom meeting at late into the night at 12 a.m. Sat to do a proposal for a client. Slept at 3 a.m. Woke up at 6:30 to prepare for Showbiz Agenda.
That's hard work.
And I go to a Roman church. I go for first mass.
Yeah, yesterday I saw you.
Yes, so I wake up at my weekend. On the days that I have to be relaxed, I wake up earlier because I have to go for mass. So if you don't have that discipline, you hear Kobiche saying, "I'm doing a media tour." Because keep me far.
And oftentimes the people behind it, they think it is all pleasure.
Yes.
They think it is all pleasure.
No.
Because he's seen that you are in Cape Coast.
Yes.
Through Cape Coast.
It happens to me recently. I opened my doors to One Play Africa. We had a new show called Fan Zone.
Yeah.
So I invited fans to come and sit as pundits. They couldn't open their mouth to talk. And these are popular and loud people on socials, always talking and insulting,
throwing jabs here and there.
Yeah, the topic ne two or no ne West na. So my last point. The act of consistency. In showbiz, whether you're a rapper, you're a film writer, you're an artist, you paint, you whatever, there's always a desire to start something, but there's less desire to sustain and keep it as a business.
Okay.
Somebody will see us post every day on Instagram. Oh, say they're easy. Meet me, the edge is there. He starts to post 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. After the 5th day, post the edge. You see, consistency is what breeds success in our business. We will have on because of we have huge following, but because he has been able to see the story being told over and over and over.
You are consistent in what you are doing.
So he believes that you are a trusted brand. In our field, brands that are trusted are the brands that have been consistent over time, because they can pinpoint you. Back in the day when we used to work with artists where they had to travel and then we had to do documentation for them, one of the things I learned earlier, I think when we were looking for a visa to London or so, was that once somebody told us there that artists not number now, consistent into online. I'm like, why? He said you have to build a story. You see, writing a story about have a new song is easy, and then you find Sheshi. But being able to build a story around your brand and being consistent with it in the faces of people online, whether it is music or not music. So I'll give an example. A lot of the stars have philanthropical works that they do, or what they call the humanitarian work that they do, that sustains the brand that is not close to their film or their music.
Okay.
It is a foundation that takes care of different things. So there are some news about them online that it has weight because it's not music. It's not
when they release the song.
A new song. But over here, a lot of us only will do or be active in that space when we are about to do a project.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? So consistency is not just about the young guy or the young girl who has seen Kobiche post and thinks that he can do that overnight. Consistency also is in the fact that as a showbiz creative, when you are successful, you need to build different avenues of communication to sustain the brand. Because you see, a product goes through a product life cycle. In our part, we always jump the first part. That is the introductory part, because something can trigger your success. If you look at this girl, Jacqueline Mensah and Asantua, they jumped the first part because a certain video, boom, made them a star. Rashida Black Beauty, boom, a star in 1 day. So now she's at the growth level. How do you sustain yourself is even a different conversation altogether. So after a week or two, or a year or two, that huge name that was popular is no more because it jumped the first stage and it didn't find a place on how to sustain itself. So these are some of the things that I think affect us as showbiz. If we are able to work around them, we will have less depression. I'm sure
Dr. Sass.
Yes, you have less depression, because if you're a guy or a girl who always want to be loud on social media, and if you post you get 300, 400 likes, 500 likes, now says yourself post now 10, 20, 30, and I did depression never know. Because first we post here I mean 200, maybe I'm a video kakra, now me dim 500,000 views, 300,000, 20,000, 30,000. Since I post here I mean 10, 20, 30. So if you're not able to find yourself in the space properly, Sammy, I'm telling you,
wow,
you will be wanting.
Wow. This is the Showbiz University. Our lecturer Nanaya Redu has started the discussion so very beautifully, man. All right, so we are just talking about beyond your talents in the showbiz space. What are some of the do's and don'ts that can surely lead you up or lead you down? And Nanaya Redu has started the discussion for us in a very beautiful way. He talked about discipline, he talked about network, and again, always managing these three areas: your drinking habit, your smoking habit, and your womanizing habit as well. And finally, he also talked about the art of consistency. How consistent are you with your trade? Go ahead, learn this, and trust me, you'll come out as a successful showbizer, as Kwame Dazi will put it. Dr. Sass is next on the mic. Dr. Sass is surely going to also inform us some of the do's and don'ts. Here we are talking about behavioral and attitude now. It is not anything in the book. You will not see this in any book unless you listen to Showbiz Agenda on Zylofon FM. You will not see this in any book. Okay. You can also drop your points. Maybe have some questions based on what my guys are talking about here this morning. If you have any question on their submissions, just drop them. You can do that on Facebook. I'll be reading them to you, and we will also find out how we can answer your questions for you. So on Facebook, we are streaming live on our Facebook page. That is Zylofon 1021. And again on Twitter, you can also send your tweet at Zylofon 1021. Remember, the hashtag is Showbiz Agenda. Let's do this every day. Dr. Sass on the mic for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Sammy.
Yes, sir.
I think I would not want to talk as though there's a laid down plan or a certain path that when you pass through this way, then you become successful. And even the angle of success itself depends on your calling and your inner intuition. It's not that if you have 20 hit songs, then you are successful.
That's true.
If someone doesn't have 20 hit songs, has 2 or 1 or no hit song at all, or no doesn't have all the flashy things that we see, you know, means that person is not successful. No. And some of the things means that this one is better than this one and this one is more successful. It's an inner feeling and satisfaction that you have for what for what you have and where you've gotten to vis-a-vis where you started from and what God has placed in your heart. That's where the issue is. Good. So there are certain things that we know, whether it is in showbiz or in the corporate world or in a 5 to 9 shift system. The principles are the same. If you apply those principles anywhere, like my 5 to let me take some water.
Take some water. Allow the doctor to take some water, because I know where he's going to is going to be very, very great.
So you realize that there are certain principles that work everywhere, whether you are a doctor, whether you are a pharmacist, whether you are an engineer, whether you are someone who is in the fitting shop, fitting someone's car or vehicle, or a dressmaker. That's also the creative space. Or you are a musician. The principles are the same, which is respect for the elderly, respect for your co-equals, respect for people who are below you. You should respect. And there's a normal saying that if you want, but I believe that you should respect anybody, even if the person disrespects you. Respect yourself enough to respect the person. And wherever there are seniors, people who have gone ahead, do not disrespect the person, because by some chance you've become the spotlight is on you, so you want to disrespect. No, respect.
You have to look. You want to look down the other.
Respect. And then opportunities. There are opportunities scattered all around. You can create some opportunities. Some are staring and glaring at you. You should be able to take those opportunities wherever you find, whether you are in the showbiz industry or anywhere. You should be able to take opportunities. Create somewhere you can, and then take advantage of those that are, like my brother said. And the opportunities most of the time come from the network that you have and people who are around you. Sometimes the call is that they are looking for something. Avail yourself and do it and take advantage of those opportunities. Then the next thing is value. You must add value to yourself. You must value people's time. Value your time. And one thing about our part of the world is that we don't respect time. And time is something that if we don't respect, it comes back to bite you, because you waste a lot of time. You should value time. If they give you 8 p.m., that be there at 8 p.m. and respect each other's time. Value each other's time. Then the next thing is enthusiasm. Let's add, that's the how do we call it? The enthusiasm, the vim
the
that
interest.
You use
the interest,
to
the
do
excitement.
the work. Yeah, work that you've been called. If it is music, that's what my brother said something, and I beg to differ in that there should be routine. Where there is no routine, there is no consistency. If you should have a routine, even though sometimes certain things may just spring out of nowhere and may cause you to move away from it, but you should have a routine. Time you wake up, whether there is work or there is no work, whether somebody is calling you, or you should have that routine that I will do this 4 songs, or I'll make sure I'm on this show. I would work towards it every day. There should be a routine, whether somebody is watching over you or not. Inside you, that's where the discipline comes in. Inside you, you should have a routine that you would work, and then that is what brings the consistency. And no say what Dakra, what ko baby. They are no 6, but what's 5:30, because it's inside you to wake up before you even go back to sleep. There's a routine, there's a certain alarm clock that is inside you that's pushing you to do it. Obiam post, we post, we post here 3 days. No, for you there you will post every time.
Yeah.
That's what brings the consistency. And then the last one I'll say is read. We should read. Read about your area of specialty, where you want to dwell in. If it's our dance order, you want know about it, read about it. If not only your field, but you can also go and extend, so you broaden your knowledge. Sometimes if you can be able to write some rap or some song, it is because of some depth of knowledge that you have that you can pull certain things from places to form the soup. So we should read. Sometimes people are online, they just read the headline, and then they start commenting. They are like, because they've not even read the meat of the story, and they want to pass comments. So let us read and get more knowledge. That's what adds up to all this. And then I believe that most of them, some of us are struggling with it. So God will help us. So what one thing that I can add is that when you read Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 15, it says something there that he looked under the sun, and then he found out that it is not he that willeth, nor he that runneth, but time and chance works for them all. So it is not about how somebody can smoke all the weed in the house every day, but you realize that they are the ones who even go further. It is time. It is not always that. So we say they are one kopem mama. They are most of the great people in the Bible. No more even they were doing all that, but so it is time and chance. Let us pray. Let us
be prepared for the time and chance. Because if the time and chance come and you are not prepared, you still wouldn't be able to grab it.
So all these things still works. So at the end of the day, so it's not that he that willeth, and yet they are no one thing, and yet they are no one fair, and yet the ultimate dim running in us. It is time and chance that works for everyone.
Wow. This is it, and my guys are killing it exactly how I wanted it. You've heard from Nanaya Radio, One Play Africa. You've also heard from the doctor, aka Dr. Sasu, aka Dr. Sas. He is a professional comedian, and he's a doctor at the psychiatric hospital as well. He is here with us this morning on Showbiz Agenda. So he also highlighted on respect, opportunities, value, enthusiasm, and the fact that you have to read to seek knowledge. Now, I loved the enthusiasm part. You know, there are some people, when you work with them, when you even give them work to do, the way they will do it, I say, oh yeah, I saw on your head. I detest working with such people. Like, I want people who work with excitement. Yeah, like, he's happy he's going to work. Yeah, so that point, I loved it so much. Enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Dr. Sass. Maminko, you are great. Na Brian funny the entum. You are the artist who are funny namuda. Yeah, here we are talking about do's and don'ts. Yeah, Mr. Ban. Yeah, Vim Naba. Mr. Ban, Vim Naba. Hey, Muaz Abdul, good morning to you.
You know, Mecca said, with success, I don't think there's a limit to it. Because Oko Bukuma, boxer be or fight next month in Suska, that's year 2000.
Yeah, I agree.
Oko America.
Open Semki candidate.
Oko America. Boxer be or fight next month. Nediano Owini Oluso or Jibe $30 million. It is our day. Bukom near. We're training about 6 months just for one thing. For win, we're winning 2,000. That's success. Nyowo America is what I training 6 months. Onuswe winning the fight, waji the $50 million. A success. We really can't compare. One is successful than the other because they all worked for something and they achieved it. So success played over there.
Good.
We'll be something about do's and don'ts now. Yeah, discipline no a key. Discipline is key because discipline is out. If you really don't know what you're doing, discipline is out. But if you know what you're doing, I say you can only get there with discipline. Consistency, I would say, is what got me here right now. Because even though I'm not where I want to be, I had to keep pushing and pushing and pushing for you to also see what I'm doing and be like, okay, great, I think we can do this. Medaya, enka unfimi, consistency biom. Mekai midi be 14, 15. My mommy cook my American embassy. So me growing up with the Americans, my perception was being different. My mommy say, okay, yankosra menana ewe krase. Yakoya yakosra menana we krase no. Me brate ho no mo mudi komana me brase ya meto adiaba. Meto adiaba ni jam we krana say. Me sha ho no for 8 years.
Oh. Hey.
Yeah. I walked 3.5 miles to Edidiso from Nankasi to Edidiso, 3.5 miles back. Udu Nankasi CCI about 4:30 to 5. Ubi any mukrum or banchi. We sack dame kwa me ko fie bia mo kofa banchi ura body ura because you won drying and punching. Ni nana number 4 ye nana
30.
Ya won new time will be a ebe twitwi ndwan boom. Inti no mission me discipline wo hoba at that age no na ya me se me ma me so atomi achine, but ye be yi me feel after 8 years I'm back to Accra no. And I be who say okay. Omo am ja omo ho no mo de call ye no. Minti me ni omo ndwene. Because ye timiti your time na internet about for fra mo se pempa. Age na me wono then lecture. No me bi wo ho a emfa me ho. Me work krana en nankese so nanka me brofo champion. I'm a bar hanomono. Many mushia.
Oh, the why late?
Like and meet me. So I became the quiet guy, not because I'm quiet, but Miss Rose mi be manua yabasere me. Inti so amo kan bibi na ayame de anase menti ase a me de to meet him. Then I have to go and look out for it, learn what it means. Say me share o me feel say me higher than them. So be me me floss wo ho no mo a na me graduated the baha no mo say. It no make us being able to learn came with the consistency say me pese me do baby wa brabo mu. Na baby me pese me do no cement me ensua ni obi animu a, cuz one thing I realize is ya obonyum but know a bit about weather, know a bit about politics, and here say me only deep. I have to know a bit about science. I have to know a bit about certain things. Into no semi do baby na omudi nkoma. Mitimi fa assembly fi nkoma na nkrofo ni di mo na me de aka ne am minimum ho. If I start speaking they think say minimum ama. But it came with learning and being consistent. Say I want to know it. Into me jidi say Minya Saska baby say there's no kind of routine and RCBB. Last time I said something here says
he said there should be a routine.
There should be a routine. Yeah. Okay. What I'm saying is last week Kabibu says yi enyansa for 5 jina. Ni yi sabe a Jimmy for 5 jina. Now say enyansa for 5 no be hwehwem no yi Jimmy for abenya Jimmy for wom. Uba Jimmy for mu now so sa penyansani wo 5 ni mu hwehwem mu ya be sen hunyansani. So it depends on where you are standing. Anybody be out with table now. Cause obi wo ho no mo a menka se no monsa. Ba ensa no no munimti a wuni mu poso no monsa nti na open your yen ba wuni. The vices be a won pese wo bete no. And no ponti na wo feel na wuni se no no ye. Ba no so nkyere se ese se wo abuse na na se wo fa ne se enu nti na wutimi ye na wutimi ye. it's an individual thing. And what you are doing is really something you want to do. I think if it will be any baby, SSOB 2, one SSO 2, now find a way. That's what I can say.
Zylofon
Fantastic
FM.
delivery this morning here on Showbiz Agenda. You can only get this on radio. It is not written in any book. Thanks so much, Yao Gray, for another eye-opening commentary. Now let me move on to Kobe Che, who will speak finally on this topic before we close the agenda. I'll be reading some of your comments, some of your tweets as well. So send them to me. Let's do this together as always. Yes, Mr. Che.
Mr. Sammy.
I'm on my president, Mr. Sammy. But Mr. Sammy, I
was trying to swipe them.
Mr. Sammy,
I said, I'm for having Mr. I love to be among people who think. And I love this conversation. And I love to put out a lot of education. If you follow me on my timeline, I always try to send some information out to educate people. So when Jata sent me that, I'm like, yo, I think that if I'm not able to educate the mass, at least there's one particular person that
who learn a thing or two from you.
Now, number one, you need to know your brand identity and your position. I said it on one platform that how you introduce your brand is how people accept you. Your introduction, the foundation of everything is key. It is a start a career with Sabi in Kwasasema. That is how you're going to be noted for. In Subon say, my example, say your classroom settings, time you was school no. Ubon say, your discussion. One person to Jimmy, Sabi. But you're contributing so can you say something? Because you're starting from 1 and level 100 on Jimmy into your contribution or can you say something? So your introduction or your intro to everything that you do as a creative person in the industry, you need to be mindful of it. Believe in quality. Because one for quality number now the in Semhuniba, a time will come will be very difficult for you to position yourself. Because so that is where I have the brand identity and brand positioning. You need to identify yourself as an artist to know that this is where you belong as a presenter, as anybody. This is what you believe in. What are your beliefs? And then I wouldn't why you bet me I can't forward you. You bought Mr. Badia, and then I bet me say if I close my eyes, I see a hardworking, consistent, like I see a lot of things, attributes around Mr. Ban. That is his brand identity. The fact say be a Mr. Ban brand identity, it is say, you know, and in say I will say also photocopy. You need to listen to yourself, intuition, know yourself and where you belong. Example, Daddy Lumba. How many times you go interviews? But he's one of the successful artists in Ghana. I'm actually the entry. How often? Men can say because I'm actually don't go interview so kwa yebi. Men can say bia who say that Lumba go interview also your artist also go interview. Hali sa ko de be interview say bia ni show ba. And I've seen people complain, oh, say, open the on. He's identified himself with that. That is how he's positioning his brand. Into say, or interview, so can also buy a concert into one media tour or so. Man can say, Shatawale introduction into industry, in industry, no conference center, be quiet, hey, no buying, also conference center, Jimmy, Okako them.
Not your great best here. Your ways are not my ways.
Exactly. So if you are listening to me right now as an artist or as a creative, wherever you belong, as in the health, and come on, creative for
I know.
You need to know your brand identity. What defines you as a person? Then people will automatically attribute, oh, yeah, they say not here. Even before I even call Kobiche for an interview, and I mean, him said that's his principle. So you need to have principle, brand identity, and how you position yourself.
Okay.
One, your social media mode of ethics and how you handle or respond to comment.
Social media mode of ethics.
And here we've seen a lot of artists how they communicate on their platform, social media platform, is very bad. They don't know the difference between when they are joking and when they are putting out serious comment. And so always, if they are training on a bad reason. Because our interview, I can say, so how you communicate yourself, and we are in a digital space. A Kim Promise fan, a Shatawale fan, don't need to be close to Shatawale before he can admire him. Just because of a single tweet can influence somebody to be your fan. And there are cases where a lot of people are following artists in Ghana, not just because of their music, because of the way they dress, the way they talk in an interview, the way they encourage people, a lot of attributes. So you need to make it as a conscious effort to know that we are in a digital space. Anything you put out there, someone is following in China, in Korea, that you have no idea. There are instances where someone will call you and like, or country, and you get shocked. Say, everybody saying, when I visit your YouTube channel, I see people commenting from the diaspora. Do you have their numbers? Do they eat with you?
No.
But they become fans, or they become people who visit your channel because of something that you are doing. Exactly. So it means that you're influencing people. That is why we say we are influencers. And sometimes I get confused. Influencers, what are we influencing? Are we influencing the minds negatively or positively? So how you handle yourself on social media or on the media platform, traditional media, when you go for interviews, some don't know even how to talk. Present and bisan or no dia fa no did you be at them into no baby you cry then you be promote no. Now newsmakers have taken him even out of context and also some of the things he says. And you create a lot of enemies to yourself if you don't know how to manage yourself online and in the traditional medium. I hope I'm making sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Communication skills, how you communicate to people. And yes, I did be out there. So there are some artists. I remember the last time we wanted to interview La Russo. And the management said they've not trained him enough for interviews.
Yeah. I remember this.
So if you are an artist or anybody at all, not say, oh yeah, baby, your communication skills should always be. It is a process we learn. And yes, I did piano. Again, you create any woman and cough. Maybe you're a good person, but only Casantino, they be uncle
because Oko can't be beer. Now, Omako TSC style be.
What you say?
I bet Dania Sam also Sanko resolve it.
They be now the Opacha.
Yes.
The next one is know when and where to talk. Know when and where to talk.
Know when and where
to talk, especially when you are around people. Mr. Ban, your baby or her, me do a chikwa, na say mo kasa.
Yeah, I know.
May this unless
you bisa
bibi. The last time I Mr. Kweshiba, so na mu jina mo bonko. Jina o sa. Me don't let me was watch na ko jina ansa na me ba be jina o.
Yes. Ansa na on kro bombo say or follow words.
Exactly. Into your friend wa men kasa. Be a good listener. Dance so be kasa bebre. A lot of art e be artists oko show be backstage. Artists go omo bon komo. Boss. Enye bi komo say en friend man for one ntum. Because e be na bon komo no. Oh, when a Ghanaian DJ phone you say and a DJ way Sani pana can I say be an a damn funny DJ now can I say no. No, I can't say, oh boss you why you not play this guy in song? Oh, not one mafia. Industry you mafia papa. Let's call it spade. Mafia wom. There be a general statement. Into say it's not even Ghana. What baby mafia. So and people are mafiaing people because of commentary be if your man buy. Okujina baby. Nipana wakana wasem. You don't know how tight he is with the person you are. Nipana wakana wasem no. And I say who didn't want kwa. Ebiana genuinely. Who they all can wasem. But how is the person going to interpret it to the person?
Big case.
Mr. Ba, my son, me boy you says Ebiana genuinely make cast Ebia. Now ya wadin papa cast Ebia Mr. Ba hui. And I say let me prompt him. Say oni adwempa na also person mafia me a okwa ka say na ko bi change na ho ka say na wase no na ko bi say na tie bo wa ni na
kasa bitterly
what you say
san on beka no Charlie they got a complaint bitterly
and o ka kire wa o na so onye obi a o so betimi afre meka Kobe, ya say, oh, Miss Anya Sana Mekan, Nana Yapa. Obu so on cantonation in trim. No block chances. No block chances. So let's know when and where we talk. Again, believe in your dream. Everything that you're doing. Have the attitude of believing in your dream. Me and Mitie, said I'm a kind. My flyers are going over. I'm going for media talk. A lot of bad commentaries, negative. But nobody knows that dream that is here. I know where I want to take my brand as Kobe J. You drop song, you comment. People, I've seen people, I mean, going back and forth with Yao talk. It is good and it is bad. But the ultimate goal is that, or no Yao, no Trasia, what is his goal?
No person.
And then what do you want to achieve? At the end of the day, and were you looking at getting the attention? Maybe I'm not time crying. You need to be strategic. How will you even know? So you want to get the numbers, you want to get in the news.
In fact, at time the day in crime and trending.
Exactly. He's trending number 1 on Twitter.
They say Waba 4.
What I say? So Obia decision be obey take biano. And a typical example is Wally. Some of the actions he take, we might sometimes want to have issues with it. But again, on only dream. And on him, on the swadi hua. So believe in your dream. Again, do health checkups. Inside Benum, Sabi we beshe. You say. Oh, there's this proverb say we be biane broswa.
Yeah, too much of everything
is bad. Thank you so much. Too much of everything is bad.
Everything, too much of everything.
Kakra, and son of kakra, kakra. Now when you sabi jimenti, so you need na be bom. Water regional or Martin, Greater Accra or Martin, your coach for Praso, your quagrad Yaka, Chese, and Sabia we has to be one who be that. So you need to check your health. Anybody will be OTBA. You need to check your health. I mean, Ayana, we hardly go for checkups and all that, but let's also educate people. Say, I mean, and also goes to me. Me call me took my baby. I mean, on the normal sense, bro. Ni anko buy anko call the doctor. We're checking the system.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Oh, okay. But yes.
Behind the buy,
yeah, come out so. Who pay you must health? Mr. Ba, and never speak too for. We are come on.
And they are
Mr. Ba,
and they are
better come back.
The same as started. Me a guilty oh.
Bon say my Jesus. What I say? Into your health, no? Or say yes. Yeah, agree.
More disturb COVID.
More disturb me. Health, no, is very important.
And they are messed up saying Juma.
Another point I keep hammering on all platforms that I go is protecting your mind.
Protecting your mind.
We are in a country or we are in a world where now audiovisuals have become the order of the day. What we see online is what we consume. What we read is what we consume. So you need to protect the energy that your mind consumes. If you don't protect the mind very well, Mr. Ba, because I did be the trim no. An example, you send people, I mean, artists will drop song, they won't even get the needed attention. Then they start thinking about it. You need to protect your mind. You post something on Instagram. You post a picture genuinely. You are sharing this photo with your fans. Then people pick the picture, saying a lot of things about the picture.
The secure areas.
Yes.
And they start running commentaries on them. And
one of the person that I really respect when it comes to, I mean, look at how Kwame people were attacking his dressing and all that. He was able to protect his mind. So if you don't protect your mind, always you have a problem. So you need to always protect your mind. The mind is very powerful. So if you are a free gym, obi ante they making. If you are a free gym, na say can't say na ukodia and I'm mock be say, boy say Mr. Ba na mo normal. But the moment you because or you don't know. Maybe when you don't know. Oh, Mr. Ba. Mookie, I said free Jimmy. Oh, I say you. Then you begin to have some funny feelings. Meaning. So if you guys have experience.
Okay, baby, you see them money to do. When you go cry from baby. And go cry from baby. One stand. No, baby, no, that's okay.
Yes.
You can't just say,
I 3 days. na yɛmmra fridge na aduane ɛhyɛm no ɛnim
aduane na say you
once we yam
all of a sudden psychological sickness.
I tell you. So that should tell you how powerful the mind is. Sabi boda for onam kwa o ma na aduane asai a onim se sai aduane na o ma na aduane papa onim se sai aduane na mum asai. O ma boda for nice food o jollof bia o wa ko program ya man o so we dia mindi. But the asai na da kwa ho no.
Eno no be take delight in.
Mo exchange na wo adu sabi wo adwu da no ko di asai na obewu. Ono so di dia e new one na ono ba yare.
I'm feeling okay.
Because I don't know where I say.
But now can why experience it that?
That you are more than that.
Baby, no say odi.
Yes.
Me engine this say no credit. I say obi a they know that this is good food.
That they are trying about you baby free bar.
Okay, I'm down for no.
That you baby free bar to try.
Because no man at all they be on the bed so.
And I'm saying on try.
What them uncle. What I say, but I mean in all, to tell you that the mind is very powerful. Let's be careful what we consume,
what we feed,
the mindset. I mean, makanina, but the amedebe chapter no. Have strategic planning in your dealings. The people you deal with, the people around you, the people around you. You have to be very careful. Yeah, well, artists be hard because one builder, the people around him from the scratch until they be changing management. Shatter, Wally, and then we have him, and then we have Yes, because no, it is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But Ebiana, not only Kotunebu who say, I need to really take a strong and very, very good people. Ebia genuinely
take time and build them up with me.
Build them up with me.
And I don't know if you've realized this. They all go and they return to the camp.
Yes.
Because I'm sure over time, he gets to know that, okay, so the person was like this. The person was like that. Maybe if he had taken a little bit of patience and time, you know that, oh, this thing, we could resolve it and we continue with life.
So the people around you know how to, trust, build people around you. That is also key. And yes, sir, the people around you can bring you issues.
Yeah.
Wow.